There's no such thing as work-life balance. None!
Just fucking do it. Subscribe now.
When I turned 16, and I had cause because the first time I applied for my passport and failed, they asked you, where'd you first work? Where'd you get your last paycheck, et cetera, et cetera. And I went back and I had them pull the files, the IRS files. And this was at an Asian office of the IRS and Internal Revenue Service. And they had these old fax copies of stuff. And I turned 16 on August the 10th, 1961. And my first paycheck was August 1961, $124. I was getting paid $1.05 an hour. So from the 10th to the 31 days in August? Yeah, 31 days in August. In 21 days, I earned $120, and that's 120 hours, approximately $1.05. So I worked 21 days, 5 hours a day. And they used to call me Peña, Shift Peña. You want to go home, have sex with your wife, I'll take your shift. You want to go visit your sick mother, I'll take your shift. And so I worked through, and I've always worked long, long hours. But when I first started working, I was 10, 11. I worked on a big hay farm in the San Fernando Valley, where I got paid $1 an hour. Off the books, I didn't pay taxes when I was 10 or 11. And my mother used to drop me off at 6 in the morning or when the sun came up. And I used to pick weeds. And then my mother would come back when the sun went down. I've said the story before. And my mother comes, she was late, there was traffic, blah, blah, blah. Because she's coming from East LA to the valley, which is not a short trip. And I'm asleep up against a tree about 7 o'clock at night. So my mother goes into the panic mode. First of all, after she figured out I wasn't dead, she's screaming at me, how much acreage were you supposed to pick weeds from? And I said, we've got, about another acre and a half. She turned on the lights of the car and she got on her knees with me picking weeds. Later on, because, we didn't have much money, you know how much gas I burned up keeping the lights on? But I said you could have kept the lights on, Mom, and not had the car running, but then the battery goes down, et cetera, et cetera. So I've always had that same work ethic. And the thing that I notice most, some of you in this room consider the last few months that you've worked hard hours. I don't. Because now you don't have to drive there. You haven't had to do that because of the advent, not the advent of Skype and Zoom, because it's been around a while. But the acceptability of Skype and Zoom now. It's considered kosher. It's considered okay. Not to me, but to most on the planet to introduce yourself. Remember, it's either call, email, call, or vice versa. Email, call, email. And so you should have at least been able to go through 2 or 3 times more people than you would in regular time.